फिल्म को देखने के लिए ऑनलाइन. What does that mean?
So I have to correct you first.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was also thinking when it says 2.5 crore, that means that's how many. No, that's how many TVs are watching it.
So maybe more.
And on an average, there's like 2 to 6 people watching television.
Wow.
So that's actually 8 to 10 crore people watching it.
You're going to break the internet, Shahid, this if that happens. But footfalls, we've always talked about कि कितने लोग आपके देखते हैं. So it must really excite you as a filmmaker to come directly there on a platform that is giving these kind of numbers.
Yeah, 100%. See, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, what you want the most is that your content should get watched. And one thing we are very clear that now OTT is a platform where a lot of people come in and watch, and the content that you watch here is a very personal viewing. What we understand from numbers is if as Shahid said, this 2.5 crore people, and if per television set even 4 people are watching it, the visibility and the penetration for you as a storyteller, Shahid as a star, becomes huge. And that is where the world is going to eventually go. And this is just the beginning of it. And with Geo Cinemas doing this with IPL, bringing cricket and cinema both free to you, I think they've hit it in the middle of the bat.
And he is going through a brilliant purple patch. Brother, it's like a dream the last 3-4 years. I know that you chose so many things.
Have to have the pulse of the time, which is very, very important. The production value, the slickness, everything originates from the story that you want to say. It does not mean कि अगर आप OTT platform पे आ रहे हो तो आप कम budget के बनाओगे या it should not look how a film on a big screen. Actually, it becomes an added responsibility as a maker that the content you bring on an OTT platform needs to look more international, I would say, because your viewership is more international. Yeah. And the idea is that it needs to have a reason to come onto an OTT platform. See, we are talking about numbers, box office collections. What's very important is that post-COVID content changed. That is a realization that you need to have as a maker, as a creative person. There needs to be a content which now you will make for an OTT platform, and you will put in the same energy, you will put in the same budget, you will put in the same craft. And when you do it for a big screen, you will do exactly the same thing, but you will find a reason why this person who's spending that hard-earned money, which we call our audience, will come to a big screen to watch a film like that.
So मुझे लगता है क्योंकि रियलिस्टिक एक्शन होता है. यहाँ देखकर अगर कोई हॉलीवुड की एक झलक आ रही है मुझे, हैंड टू हैंड कॉम्बैट बड़ा हो रहा है, ये सब हो रहा है, तो इसमें क्या was there a large thought process that is gone in, because आप बड़ा केयरफुली मैप करते हो. I know as an actor also आप पिकी भी हो, क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, मैपिंग चलती है. यहाँ पे एक्शन गन्स के साथ सिर्फ नहीं है, बहुत सारी और चीज़ें हैं. So was there a massive shift अपने दिमाग में also saying that यार मुझे ना अगर करना है तो एक दिमाग में टर्मिनेटर होता है, आर्नल्ड श्वार्ज़नेगर, सिल्वेस्टर स्टैलोन है, बहुत सारे लोग हैं ऐसे. So did you have something in your head when you were saying that I need this kind of vision?
So मैंने अपने आप को अली की गोदी में डाल दिया था. I said यार तू ये एक्शन बड़े सालों से कर रहे हैं, all your actors look damn hot doing action, मेरे को अच्छा दिखा देना. So that whole credit goes to Ali. I think he understands how to bring action that is, like he said, cinematic. It's gritty. It's not it's not like a amusement park के उसके अंदर एक कोई उड़ रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है. Of course that also works and there is place for that, but what really excites me is when the action feels very raw and when it feels like it's happening, and the way that it's being shot, it feels like you're in the middle of it and you're kind of it becomes really nice and edgy and sexy. So I think that's what he also wanted to do. And it's also a very interesting combination as a subject of a very character's emotion driven. That's why it's a titular part, because the character is central in the way the story is told, but the ambience and the world that he's a part of, and the stylization of the action and the treatment, so those two things need to go hand in hand in a subject like this. And I really must say that Ali really brought his A game onto this film. We were shooting in very challenging circumstances, and Himanshu right here had to do all the spade work, all the back end work, so really a big round of applause for you, Himanshu. You really made this happen. And I think Ali has a great partner in Himanshu, and they work beautifully together. But just the way he put the whole thing together, it made it very comfortable for me. I think Ali and me have known each other for many, many years. You know, he was actually hadn't debuted as a filmmaker when we kind of worked together. So I've seen him in those days as well. You know, he was waiting to make a movie, and I could see that he has so much ambition and desire and sometimes frustration that, you know, why can't I make a film that I really feel is going to work in today's time. And I feel so proud of him to see how he has come all these years, and now he's, you know, he's married, he has a beautiful family, a beautiful you know, home, and, you know, he has a little baby now, and that all that has happened in the last year and a half. So I feel like we are kind of in and around from the same time. I think I'm just a couple of years kind of senior to him, if I can say so. But so I just feel like we were both in a space where we could collaborate. Our energies matched really well. I think he's also thinking long term. He's become a man, he's settled, he wants to work a certain way. He doesn't want to compromise on the kind of work that he does. He says, मैं नहीं करूँगा picture. नहीं, मैं करूँगा ही नहीं इसका ऐसे सब. He so I love that about him, you know, that he doesn't want to compromise. It doesn't matter what kind of film we are making, he wants to give it his best. And he's very alive on the film set, you know. I'm used to doing these films which are very performance oriented. Of course, this is also, but then this has a lot of other things happening as well, right? You can't just put the camera and then expect the actor to act. So, you know, on the first couple of days, I realized I'm not top priority on the set, you know. So he has this guy called Bablu, okay, who is his twin, okay. He is on Steadicam.
Oh,
And we couldn't have done this film without Bablu. If you guys don't know Bablu, go check him out. He's a rager.
And
But
he used to be
anyway,
an action star earlier, action boy.
I realized I'm the second hero of the film because Ali was not interested in what I was doing till Bablu got what he was doing right. After Bablu and Ali were happy, they look at me and say, "नहीं ठीक है आप जाओ आप break लो आप नाश्ता कर लो," you know. But it was a great experience working with Ali, and this is my first action film, and I couldn't have asked for anybody better to do it with. Because I don't think I would have looked this good or been able to do it this well without the kind of experience and understanding that Ali has. And so I'm very fortunate that I got to debut in action, which is a very different genre, very different genre. It needs to be, especially when you're on set, the way things happen is very different from most other genres. There's too much happening on an action set, and he made me feel very relaxed and comfortable.